Yeah! The Magic win in the nation's capital, 116-109. It's always a homecoming for Markelle Fultz. He finishes with 25. Paolo with his fifth 30-burger of the year. Man, Pich, I was a little consternated, shall I say, frustrated in the early going there. I mean,
we're the Cork cousins. He's Kyle. I'm Pich.
We're here, and we're recapping this show.
It's Harry Potter's favorite NBA matchup of all time. He gets excited every year.
The Wizards and the Magic.
The Wizards and the Magic.
And the Magic comes out on top because it's really the root of all of everything. Wizards aren't anything without Magic.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And it's quite clear that they weren't tonight. This game was aggravating, and it's a win, great. I guess I should be happy. I'm more angry.
Really?
I was angry the entire game.
Yeah, I feel you.
I was our full squad. No one's injured against of guys that we had to keep looking up. I don't know who Gill is. I don't know who half these guys they threw on the good win. They kept throwing out guys. You don't know who they are. They got a bunch of scrubs on this goddamn team.
Whoa!
And we couldn't take them out. We were down by double digits for most of this game.
You're not wrong.
And it was embarrassing because it was like, what the hell's going on right now?
I feel you.
And Paulo felt like every once in a while he was like, wait, I'm better than this. We should be taking over.
Yeah.
But he was pushing too hard sometimes. I mean, he still ends up with 30 at the end because, yes, you are that much more talented.
Yeah.
This is a game we're supposed to win. We should have been leading most of this game, and they should have been struggling to try to stay in it and keep up. Guys like Gafford are dominating us, and Corey Kispert gets a career high because he's just going bananas from three. That's disgusting. This is a team, our team is supposed to be on the uptick. That's supposed to be like, okay, true. Next year we're going to be a play-in team.
No, we're going to be a playoff team.
Right, a playoff or play-in team.
Hashtag fourth seed.
Not that team, not tonight. And I know that they came back in the fourth because they ran out of gas. They stopped hitting shots.
Yeah.
They should have won this game.
You're not wrong, Pich.
So, it's a win. And again, another good comeback in the fourth quarter. But
that was like the first time we really had the lead since very early in the first quarter.
There's the game flow.
Oh,
you are correct.
Like a minute in the first. And then
you can see how big these spikes are down here. That's a lot to be down to a team you should be easily beating. They scored 13 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's why we won.
Yeah.
We scored an average amount of points in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, they're just all their backup bench guys weren't used to playing that many minutes, and it finally caught up with them. But, I learned more about our team in this win and what is wrong than I did about what was right.
Well, what'd you learn that is wrong then?
I learned that we're having our trouble starting games.
Yeah,
I learned
that's true.
I learned that Wendell can't hang with any big man.
That. Yeah,
Wendell can't hang with any big man. If that guy's got if he's taller than him and he's got any kind of beef, he can't hang. You saw Goga got more minutes than he would have normally got because he can hang with Gafford. And Gafford should not be a guy that's dominating anyone, right? Like no one. Not even his little brother, really, probably. I don't know, but it's just aggravating. And another thing is, Gary Harris is just not really contributing at all. He has 0 points in 20 minutes, 0 of 6. And I've been kind of pushing to see, let's get some Suggs in there. Let's get him in more. And I know Harris's minutes are getting cut back. 20 minutes for him tonight is not a ton, but
Suggs is getting 23.
Is it time to have Suggs jump into that starting lineup?
We were talking about that.
I think maybe. I don't know.
Talking about that.
Cole is still doing good stuff off the bench, and I liked what I see there. But another negative for me, I got 14 minutes out of Caleb Houston where he puts in 2 assists and 1 rebound, is 0 for 2 from three-pointer, and that's all he does. He's done nothing this season that's made me at all
jump off the page. Really?
I'm not I'm not optimistic that he can do anything.
Even with that 3-point stroke. Even with that stroke.
Look, in Cole's rookie season, I saw some glimpses. In Franz and Suggs, I saw glimpses. In Paulo's, you're currently seeing glimpses, and I'm not seeing any glimpses of anything that's usable from Caleb Houston right now.
He was a second-round pick, and these guys, all you're talking about.
I know.
I mean, okay.
No, I get it. I'm not holding him to that high a standard.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if he could come in and pop a couple of threes once in a while. I mean, I'm not looking for him to even average 10 points a game. But I need him to do something, or I need him to at least be a standout on defense, get in the passing lanes, get a few steals. I need to see him do something to make me believe that he could be a plausible part of this future. And so far this year, we've kind of trimmed the fat as we've gone, which is good. And there's still some of that on the bottom of our roster that will probably be replaced with other players as we try to hit that next level, hopefully. And I'm just wondering if he's going to be one of the casualties, because right now I'm not seeing any reason to keep him there. So I learned a lot about our team and what's wrong, even though we came back and won, because we should have won.
Yeah. Well, I just want to give some love to Markelle Fultz, Pich. I really do. I'll poke some holes as well in just a minute, but I do want to shed some love. Gives the man some flowers. The hometown kid with 25 points. 6 boards, 4 assists in his homecoming. He was the subject of the Is This Anything by David and Jeff. And actually, Pich, I do want to get your take on this right quick. So immediately, when you see David and Jeff in the rafters, how do you feel about the opposing team?
It's clear that they're a Bush League organization. If they can't accommodate our guys somewhere in the lower level.
What are you doing?
I mean, if I can buy tickets closer to the action than our announcers, that's never good.
Get out of here. Yeah. Are you kidding me? David Steele and Jeff Turner, these guys are freaking legends. What are you doing, Washington? Get it together.
In general, it's rude, I think, to have your away team and stick them way up there, because their guys are courtside. And it's like there's tons of table room there. I've worked in these arenas. I've seen how much table room is there. Plenty of space to put 2 more guys for a radio broadcast.
Oh, I'm sorry, Washington Wizards, who's clearly tanking. By the way, we'll talk about that. That's the elephant in the room. Clearly tanking. You can't find 2 seats on courtside. I think I saw some extra ones there when I was watching the game tonight.
Yeah. Huh? That's rude.
Okay. All right. So anyways, the subject of Is This Anything was Markelle Fultz. And I think this is the stat. I've seen it floated around on the Twitter Magic community, and David Steele brings it up tonight. It's the added possessions of Markelle Fultz. Mm-hmm. It's tough to put a number on that it factor. And the reason why so many people in the Magic community are saying, yeah, this is our guy for the future, even though, his 3-point shooting isn't so great, but he's 3rd amongst guards in terms of added possessions. He's adding 3 possessions per game. Pich, I just feel like that encapsulates as best as you can the gusto that Markelle brings to the game. I think he got a steal today after like a miss or something. He always
I made that point back like 2 months ago, so I'm glad finally people are catching up with their putting a stat on it and proving it.
You should have sent it in, dude. We need a hat, man. What are we doing?
The minus player of the game was Gary Harris. I forgot to mention that when we were talking about him. But the minus player, Gary Harris at -8. And the plus player was Cole Anthony with +15. He scored 16 off the bench, so why not? Makes sense. And I think the part that I did not mention is that of all of our starters, 4 of them in the negatives here, only Franz at 11 is a positive. And that's because our starters were getting outplayed by the Wizards starters for the bulk of this game, which was, to me, the more glaring issue here.
I wrote down... Start it right now. First quarter, first break, first intermission, we commented our starters are getting outplayed by backups.
Bench. Yeah.
We're getting beat down by backups.
Right. I can't have that. That's worrying to me. Because I know our bench plays well, and our bench played better against their second bench at this point with all the tanking they're doing. So I'm not shocked that our bench was able to keep us going and get us back in that game with great hustle play from Goga and shot making from Cole. I'm never worried about that. But I'm worried that our best wasn't taking out their mid-level guys. And I know we joke about it all the time because it's true that there's always that guy on these other teams we play that is not a household name that like goes for a career high or whatever, right? Like there's always that guy. So this was a starting lineup full of those guys. So it really was like our kryptonite.
Who was going to be the guy off the bench that was from the G League that was going to light up for 20?
Or it's because these guys are actually starting tonight. They're just going to go 8. Yeah. And they did because Corey Kisper set a career high and Gafford definitely did his work. And you hate to see that because that's where we're supposed to be making this jump and proving that we can not only have our foot on the throat of people, but actually crush the windpipe and finish them. And this wasn't a team that wanted to ever. Well, no, when you see a bad guy in a film and they catch the bad guy and then they're like, they catch the good guy and they tell them all their plans just long enough for them to get freed and then they're screwed. It's like, if they just killed him right off, we're done. No movie. And you win. Guess. So stop doing that. And it almost felt like the Magic knew they could get back in this game at some point or they wanted to get back there, but it's like, this is just gross. You should have just led start to finish on this team and put this team away. This team's beneath us.
Maybe we're being a little too nitpicky, Peach. Maybe we're just playing with our food a little bit. And
I don't like
we
that.
finally out-talented the Washington Wizards.
I don't even know how their coach has a job. I hear all he does is argue with his other coaches.
He used to be a Magic coach.
Right?
So we like him.
Isn't it Bernie Bickerstaff Jr.?
No. That it's Wes Unseld Jr.
Oh,
yeah, different
junior.
You're getting you're getting a bunch of things combined. I think JB Bickerstaff and Wes Unseld. You're making them into some type of Optimus Prime situation.
All right. Yeah. Well, who does Bickerstaff coach? Coach somebody.
He used to coach the Memphis Grizzlies, but not anymore. I don't know.
Okay. I feel like we saw him recently.
He's been bouncing around. About it. I'm not sure. Let us know in the comments because we're just. I'm a little drunk. It's all good. Here we go. I do want to say, everyone out there, Jalen Suggs. I want to just a little come to Jesus moment. Can I give me some of this? Just a little come to Jesus moment for Jalen Suggs. I want to say, Jalen, that there were times this year that I may have doubted you, that I may have thought that you couldn't be that guy. That you weren't that guy. But Jalen Suggs, man, I really like. Pisha's looking at me with the stank eye, but, not a crazy game tonight. 8 points, 2 for 6, but he got to the line 3 times. I just love what he brings, man. I think
don't think this was the day to bring him flowers.
No, you're right. You're right.
He's missed his last 7 3-pointers, which might hurt you in our bet. Stay tuned for
True.
Episode of Court Cousins coming up.
But I just see the trend, over the last few games. I know last game he didn't have a great game. Tonight is not a great game, but I'm just feeling so much more confident with Jalen Suggs.
Yeah.
In terms of the player that he's going to be, the off-ball guard. He's going to knock down the 3-point shot. The shot looks good. He's going to be something, man. And I'm just happy I'm excited to watch him. He could be the next year's narrative for me to follow, that I'm most excited to follow.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said earlier, I want to see him in the starting lineup because I still feel like there's room for him to grow. But we know who Gary Harris is. Gary Harris is better than he performed tonight, too, by the way. I mean, he's just, having some off times right now, and I think he's getting less minutes, and he's just in less of a groove. On offense, he just looks weird. It's almost like you replaced Chuma Okeke, where it's like, I'm all defense now. I can't do any offense.
Are we saying too much on this reaction, and we need to save some for the show if we talk too much about the Jalen Suggs, Gary Harris debate moving forward?
I think so, yeah. I mean, we got a whole show to do.
Check out episode 42, you second cousins out there. And if you haven't yet, what are you doing? Just click the like button. It gets it to more Magic fans. We're trying to spread the gospel of Orlando Magic. Just help us do it. Let more people see it. more Magic fans come in. It's only a good thing. Head over to the Patreon. We're trying to get to the goal of 200, and then we start giving away more free shit. Peach.
Yeah, help us spread the gospel so that we can get rid of Jonathan Isaac and yet get Amen Thompson and still say a little biblical. You know?
Okay. Well, if you're Kane, I'm able to go on to some of these Paulo Banchero stats.
All right. All right. Okay.
Because he had his 30th point game of the year.
Ooh.
I'm just looking at this man in March. Can we talking about giving flowers? 20 points per game in March, 4.2 assists, 7 rebounds. He's shooting 37% from beyond the arc and 44% from the field.
Yeah, tonight, like I said, he pushed it a little bit at some points. He did shoot 8 of 17 from the field, but what I did like was 13 of 14 from the free throw line because he is getting those calls that we will talk about again on our podcast
Episode
coming up.
42, check it out.
But he made use of them tonight where he has not been shooting very great. I think they said 72, 73% free throw shooter.
Right.
13 of 14. Good stuff.
That's what we're all about. And I do want to just give myself a pat on the back, Peach. I think you'll back me up on this. But I did say early on there in the first quarter, it just looked like, I think it was like a crossover, like Euro step on Advia, and it just looked too easy. And I said, Peach, can you verify? Paul's going to go for 30 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And he did.
Well, that's not that crazy a call to make when Denny Adva is the best player
I did
in the starting lineup for the Wizards. But after the way we started, it did give me pause. But you could tell early on he kind of like at some point realized, oh yeah, I'm the most talented player on the court right now. I need to act like it. So I'm glad he got 30 because he needed to get 30 in a game like this, to be honest.
So
imagine if they would have had one of Porzingis or Beal or Kuzma.
I know.
They probably just would have finished that game off.
I know. And there's the whole talk that we're not mathematically eliminated. And I guess we aren't, but it just kind of, we got Detroit on Sunday. That's a winnable game. But then you got 2 against Cleveland, 1 against Brooklyn, 1 against Miami. It's hard. You need
Cleveland
the
might be in rest
lose.
mode. I don't know where they stand right now, but they may not gain anything by winning games. So they might be in rest mode during that time as well.
The Bulls won tonight, so I don't think that it's getting to the point where it's almost mathematically impossible. But, let's tune in to episode 42 to see some of our extended thoughts on the end of the season. It's been real. We love you very much, Second Cousins. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Peace out, y'all.
Thanks for coming. Snowstorm!